In a surprise twist of events, President Rodrigo Duterte says he was the one who called up Philippine National Police Chief Ronald De La Rosa to reinstate the police official accused of cuddling drug lords. Duterte makes the statement at the graduation ceremony of the Highway Patrol Group motorcycle riding course in Davao City. Senator Laila de Lima had pointed at Special Assistant to the President Bong Go after De La Rosa said in a TV interview he got a phone call from a higher-up. On Thursday, De La Rosa changed his story to say it was a kumpare or friend who called him up. He added the friend was not influential.
I'd like to make it public. Kaya ko sabi ko, as it is kayo dyan. Doon ko nalaman si Dolina malinis. Si Marcos may tama. Tawag mong galawin kasi gusto kong tignan. Kaya kung biglain mo, yung napuputol yung nag-build up ng kaso. So, hindi totoo yung si Bongo ang tumawag.
The police official in question is Superintendent Marvin Marcos, who led operations that ended in the death of former Albuera Mayor Rolando Espinosa Sr. in jail. No less than Kerwin Espinosa, the jailed son of the former Albuera Mayor, testified at the Senate that Marcos had asked for money from his father in exchange for protection. Duterte attempts to explain the logic behind retaining a police officer hounded by corruption allegations.
Alam mo si yung chief ninyo, chief PNP. But whether or not you are retained there or you are, does not really matter. Wala, prerogative ni Bato yan eh. Baski na sabihin niya, kriminal yan. O, teka muna. Let the law takes it on. O, tanggalin na may nagpo-program pa kami dito kung totoo ba o hindi.
He adds, police morale is low.
Second is, low moral yung tao. Yung ibang polis, di man nila nalaman na we're doing the investigative work. Tapos hindi mo ma-announce. So you do that, it will create a ripple in the entire country. Hindi ko masabi sa inyo, relax lang kayo pati ganito. We were really building the case.
Senator Laila de Lima asks Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre II and his prosecutors to inhibit from hearing 4 cases filed against her because they are biased. She says the DOJ-led probe is seriously tainted and compromised because of Aguirre, a close friend and appointee of her #1 accuser, President Rodrigo Duterte. De Lima says public pronouncements of Duterte and Aguirre prejudged her supposed guilt pending investigation. She wants the cases turned over to the Ombudsman. De Lima says the supposed proof linking her to illegal drugs is fake, like Aguirre's wig. Aguirre, for his part, says the DOJ can file an airtight case against the senator, the fiercest critic of the president. The Judicial and Bar Council, or JBC, submits a short list of 5 nominees to replace Associate Justice Jose Portugal Perez to President Rodrigo Duterte. Perez will retire from the Supreme Court December 14. They are Jose C. Reyes Jr., 7 votes, Apolinario D. Broseles Jr., 5 votes, Japar B. de Maampao, 5 votes, Samuel R. Martires, 5 votes, and Andres B. Reyes Jr., 4 votes. The Constitution mandates that the vacancy among Supreme Court Associate Justices should be filled up within 90 days. Foreign Secretary Perfecto Yasay Jr. says President Rodrigo Duterte has said nothing confusing as chief architect of Philippine foreign policy, but instead blames critics for always finding something negative. When asked by GMA News about the president's statements on the United States and China, Yasay says what he was saying was that he was going to separate from our military and economic dependence.
I announced my separation from the United States. The military, not the social development, not the military, but economic.
Duterte announced what looked like a policy shift during a visit to China in October. Socioeconomic Planning Secretary Ernesto Pernia later said that Duterte meant a rebalance to Asia. Yasay says the so-called negativity is not so much a problem of the president as it is a problem of the critics of the president, and adds they should, quote, reevaluate their approach. The Philippines' top diplomat added that Duterte's tough talk, in fact, has been an advantage. He says, "To me, it has been a very good ploy. It has been a very good strategy on the part of our president. Did other countries listen to the Philippines in the past because of our courteousness? No, we have been taken for granted." U.S. President-elect Donald Trump picks the tough-talking retired General James Mattis, nicknamed Mad Dog, to be his defense secretary. Trump says, "He's our best. They say he's the closest thing to General George Patton that we have." At least one Democrat, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, signals her opposition, saying, quote, "Civilian control of our military is a fundamental principle of American democracy." Trump seems to be surrounding himself with military figures. He has picked retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn to be his national security advisor, and is considering retired General David Petraeus for Secretary of State. LeBron James is named Sports Illustrated's Sports Person of the Year for 2016 after fulfilling his pledge to end Cleveland's 52-year wait for a major championship. James, 31, was a driving force behind the Cleveland Cavaliers' NBA Finals triumph, inspiring his team to a 4-3 victory in June. James made winning a championship with Cleveland his goal after returning to the Cavs in 2014. He had 4 successful seasons with the Miami Heat. Sports Illustrated gave him the award for fulfilling a promise to his home city and to an entire region. It is the second time James wins the Sports Illustrated award.